at that time, wasn't it? So excuse him, honestly.
Hi there.
Hello, how are you?
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the three of us.
Three?
Well,
Oh yeah.
we've got Sam Miguel joining us again, just for a change.
Got to keep going, ain't you?
Yeah, this is Bribe, you see. He'll do anything for a beer, won't you?
I will.
Yes, we're going off for a long walk up Clanmaddock Hill later on. It's absolutely beautiful today, isn't it?
No rain for a change. No wind.
Well, the rain might just be a little bit warmer in Wales.
Here we are in our awning, which I had to put back up yesterday.
Yeah, so sadly we had gale force winds last week and we had to come back and take the awning down.
It was a bit of a mess.
And we couldn't survive without it, I tell you. Even though we haven't got a lot in here, it doesn't have to make a difference.
It does, yeah.
Anyway, this is what you've been waiting for. We've put a shout out earlier in the week and it seemed to be
Popular.
Yes, that's the one. All about how to become a warden and our life experience of it, really, isn't it? Our lifestyle, should I say.
What we've been doing so far.
Yes, so as you know, if you've followed us, we have done vlogs like this before, way back at the beginning, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
And it seems to be a popular one again. So here we are again. Now we've got notes this time because I thought I'd try and signpost the vlog so you know where we're going. And we're going to start off with how we became wardens.
Yes.
Can you remember that long ago?
Oh, it's quite a long while ago now.
So our jobs that we did, I worked for Allianz Insurance, Mark worked for Lloyd's Bank.
Yeah, as a computer engineer.
And I was on sales, which I absolutely loved.
She's a typical salesperson.
Yes. Selling car insurance. So if you can sell that, you can sell anything in the world, can't you?
You can.
The most boring thing ever, but we've all got to have it. Anyway, we were there for a long time, 15 years thereabouts, wasn't it?
It was, between us, yeah.
And we just decided to change our lives, sell up, become mortgage free, and we bought a little cottage up in Wales, as you know. Why did we do that, Mark? Why did we come to Wales? Can you remember?
It was just a different way of life. I was made redundant, but at the time I didn't know that. But it was just we were moving here anyway, and then luckily
so that was a bonus.
I had a bonus that they said, "Well, we're making voluntary redundancies. Do you want to take it?" So I said yes.
And it was coming to the Gower why we chose Wales, and of course the house prices are a lot cheaper than Bristol, but it was really coming here, so it seems like we've gone full circle and now we're back in the Gower. And I also worked in the Gower, didn't I, when we first moved down here? I got a job at the King's Head pub in Llangennith as the hotel receptionist, so I know the area quite well, and I used to drive past Kenningston on my way to work and look in and go, oh. But this was well before we even thought about being campsite wardens.
Yeah, we was going to be campsite wardens, yeah.
So the story on that is, on our honeymoon, which we spent in our caravan, or one of them, in Pembrokeshire, the rain was howling, the wind was blowing.
Howling, yeah.
It was May 2017, and I suddenly had this great idea, because I'm renowned for these wacky ideas. Let's be campsite wardens, because I heard Justin Bieber's song, wasn't it? Esperato.
No, Despacito.
No, that's the one. And
that's nothing to do with campsite wardening, by the way.
No, it was because I heard that and thought, why don't we spend the winters in Spain?
Yeah.
That was what did it. I know I'm a bit wacky, but that's how my thought process works. And within 5 months of that mad thought, we had our first position. In that 5 months, we had to totally re-evaluate everything. That was down to our finances, to ending contracts, to start saving every penny we could, because before we became the campsite wardens, we got the job in the October, we decided we'd go to Spain first.
We did.
And then start in the following year, March 2018. So we needed to save an awful lot of money from the jobs that we were doing at the moment. Things first, the first steps if you want to be a campsite warden is to totally re-evaluate. Get rid of the classy cars, which is what we had to do. Literally squash everything down to bare minimum. End your Sky contract. Stop buying fancy new phones, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, really look, and really you have to make your money work for you. And if you want this lifestyle, it's not easy to do it, is it?
It's not easy, no.
To plan it.
No.
But I love planning. I plan everything, honestly. It's dreadful. I don't know where I've got it from because I never used to be like that. But we always say, if we want it, you've got to work to get it. It's a bit like a business plan. It's not set out in stone. You have to keep going back and revisiting it and making little changes and tweaks. And obviously with the pandemic and not being able to go to Spain, that was one of the tweaks we had to make. So we spent it on other things like plasterboard and plaster and all boring stuff like that.
Boring stuff like house renovations.
Yeah. Anyway, that's how it works. A lot of people may choose to sell up, be made redundant. That's another reason to reevaluate what you want out of life. And we're not here for a long time, so you might as well live your life now. Don't wait till you're 60. Do it now. I mean, how old are you when we started doing this? 45?
47.
Oh, no, you weren't, were you?
Yeah.
Oh well.
I'm 50
We were
now.
in our mid to late 40s when we decided to
46 then.
throw caution to the wind and just go for it. And that is the biggest step, isn't it?
It
to
is, yeah.
just do it, because you're only here once. So yeah, that's your plan of action. Now what we do, what I do, is do a projective forecast at the start of every season. So in March, I do March to March, and what you do is you work out how much money you will need to earn in the well, we only work for 6 months now a year, don't we?
We do, yeah.
6 to 7 possibly at this new site. So we're going to have to really make our money work for us this time, and find out what it is you need hourly. Not hourly, how much you need to survive. So basically, to pay all your bills in 1 month, work that out. Whatever's left will have to subsidise your winter plans. So basically, if you work, a lot of people work on the projection of live on one wage, save the other every month.
That's what we do.
We try. We
We
don't
try.
do a complete half and half, because, you know, we're not brilliant. We've still got things we have to pay out, and obviously because we have a house as well, we have additional insurances for that. We've got pensions to pay. We've got lots of things that we need to do. If you haven't got a house, obviously all that money that we pay out for council tax, standing charges for our utility bills, you'll have that in your winter pot. But we just choose to do it that way. There's no right or wrong way. That's just the way we do it, isn't it?
It is.
The next thing is to start applying for sites. And don't wait until they advertise. Get in there now. Be proactive. Update your CV. Really bring it up to date. Sell yourself, because nobody else is going to do that, only you. Get everything in there. Achievements. Even if you think they're daft, put them in. Isn't it?
It is. Do everything you can.
Everything you can. And be under no illusion that it will take time to adapt to becoming a warden. I put a shout out on one of my favourite groups on Facebook, which is called, and I need to get this right, Campsite Wardens UK. Now you can join that if you are a campsite warden or you're a potential campsite warden. But join that only if you're very seriously wanting to become a warden. Now I did a shout out on there, didn't we? And we asked people what jobs they did. So these are wardens now that are working all over the country. What they did before.
They were campsite wardens.
Yes, and it is actually quite fascinating. So I was in sales. Mark was a computer engineer. We've got managers of public transport, government officials in local government for 30 years. Many people were made redundant, and that seems to be a big stepping stone. Made redundant, what can we do? Do something you've always wanted to do. If it's been in your mind, go for it. Pub landlords, health and safety advisors, pharmacy technicians, and even an investment banker. There was a lot of things on there. A lot of people said they just wanted to get out of the rat race because it's rubbish, basically. You know, and the benefits. What are the benefits of campsite wardening?
Well, the main one is obviously you don't work 12 months a year if you plan it right.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
the other benefits are it's quite flexible working. No 2 days are the same.
It's fun.
It's fun.
It really is, and we're not just saying that.
No.
Of course you get days when you just want to rip your hair out, but then you get days like that anywhere, but they're less of. You don't get them as much.
Yeah. Because you think it's only the peak, the holidays really, which is the busiest times.
Yeah, so what's
The
that?
in-between
6,
bits
7
is
weeks?
all the pottering about you can do on a site.
It's just fantastic, and to get the right site. I mean, you know, we've had 3 goes at it now, and don't get me wrong, we love the sites in their own way, but there was something missing. And again, we started off in great big theme park sites, which, you know, is probably horrifying to some people. And we would never go on if we were just weekend caravanners, we would never go there.
We wouldn't visit there as caravanners ourselves.
Because we don't have
we don't have the small children, no.
And maybe that's the key. Maybe look for a site that you would go to if, well, as a weekend caravanner. Maybe that's the key. Because we would come here all the time if we were weekend. We just love this place. It's just lovely. And maybe that is it.
Maybe.
But it's taken us into our 4th season to really find that out. And maybe if you went straight into it, you wouldn't know. And we're so glad we worked at the theme park campsites that we have, because it's given us a taste of, well, everything really. I mean, everything you could throw at a campsite would, and we had it there, didn't we?
Yeah, all the varied
probably
bits
enough
and
to put most people off, honestly.
Well, it didn't put us off.
No, because we knew how to adapt it. We knew what we wanted and what we didn't want, and we found here. And we just rang up on the off chance here. We didn't wait for them to advertise. I don't know if they even would have advertised, to be honest. Anyway, we struck lucky, and, you know, being proactive is the key. Get out there, get your name in, and, you know, just do it. Like I say, nobody will sell yourself, only you. So you might as well just do it. Be under no illusion that you will be cleaning toilets.
Yes, that will be part of your job.
If you're not cleaning toilets, I mean, there will be, and I know some wardens will probably watch this and say, oh, we don't do it. There may well be, but go with the attitude that you will be cleaning them. If you don't clean them and that's not your thing, then that's a bonus for you. To be perfectly honest, we don't mind at all. I had a cleaning company, so the thing that people worry about cleaning the facilities and the toilets, well, I get that one in, and the urinals, is what people will think and if they'll be looked down on. Well, to tell you what, if anyone's ever looked down at me, I've never noticed, because I've taken no notice. It doesn't matter. We don't look down at nurses when they clean poop off people. I admire them. So what difference does it make? I couldn't be a nurse. So I'm quite happy doing my cleaning. We don't mind it at all, do we?
No, I don't mind that.
So really, do not care what anybody else thinks. At the end of the day, you're the one with the money in the bank, and you're the one that goes on holiday for 6 months. And that's all you need to think about. It's all about your attitude. Now, the first job that I ever had, a campsite, when bearing in mind I'm used to being in a posh office with timed tea breaks, not that I ever took any notice of that, what am I trying to say here?
He was in a ditch.
Yes. So, my very first job, which absolutely mortified me, I don't know why, I'd been cleaning the toilets absolutely fine, was that our boss at the time told me to get a black bin liner, that's raining, and go and clean out a ditch all day with black bin liners and putting the leaves in the bin liner. Oh my God, I had a moment, I tell you, when I thought, what have we done? And you had one as well, didn't you? Do you remember when you threw the hoover down in the games room in a paddy, and you were like, what am I doing hoovering at 7 o'clock in the morning? But you will have that. Now, I couldn't give a monkey's, could you?
No, I couldn't give a damn what we did.
We don't, because the main focus of why you do this is because it's stress-free. It's a fantastic way to live. There's no bills. Electric's included, water's included. And you can go on holiday for 6 months. You don't have to worry about, oh, I only get 4 weeks holiday.
No.
You're going for 6 months. Keep that in mind. It's a fantastic lifestyle.
The better way you budget, the more time you get off.
And the less beer you drink as well would help. So, a lot of people have been contacting us about the fact that they would love to do this job, but they're on their own. It doesn't matter. There are so many jobs looking for solo wardens.
There's so many out there, yeah.
We see them all the time. In fact, some of the places that we have applied to have contacted us this year. So we've been doing this for 4 years. So obviously, we have applied to a few campsites over the years. And and they've either said, look, we'll keep you on record, we haven't got anything at the moment. And I tell you what, we've had about 4 contacted us recently, so the jobs are out there. And like I say, there are solo wardens. There is a solo wardens Facebook group run by a friend of ours called Jess. Get on there and join it. They're always posting adverts.
We've got a solo warden here as well.
Have we?
Colin.
Yes! Now this is a story. Colin came on holiday here 26 years ago. He used to be a driving instructor for the London Transport, and he's still here. He helped the family on the campsite, and that is what it's like here. It's so great. 26 years later, he's still here, and I tell you what, he's a cheeky chappy.
Yes.
But no, honestly, and also, if you go on to, it's a subsidiary group of Campsite Wardens. It's Campsite Wardens UK job page. So you've got to join the first group to get onto the second, I think. I think that's right. But anyway, have a look on it, Google it. And Solo Wardens run by Jess on Facebook. Get onto that, get as much information as you can. We're always on hand to give you a hand. Is that right? You're always on hand to give you a hand. We're always here to give you a helping hand. Yes, so if you want to contact us, gypsysoulstour@hotmail.com. And remember, life is short. You never know what's around the corner. So if you're going to do it now. We'll see you again. Bye.
Bye.